Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where last episode we launched a, simultaneous attack on the Hadadeshian Guardians, and we obviously won. This war's over, they just don't know it yet. We're bombarding these areas, and oh my, there's a lot here. Okay. At Sky Temple, what are they at? They're at 2379. For Celestial Throne, they're at 2406. Okay. We'll let that continue bombarding for a while. We need to make our claims on the Azantian Assembly, and we know that we're going to need more influence for that. So that's fine. We are, of course, continuing to work on our fleets over here in the meantime. So we'll continue to work on the 34th Fleet. We're up to 7206 out of 9576 here. And we are definitely going to end up dropping... Well, as far as our... Realistically, I don't want to be entering this claims map mode. Let's get out of here. Realistically, as far as our edicts are going, we might be able to drop the farming subsidies. Let's see what happens with that. We're at plus 1k right now. We could, if we had to, drop the forge subsidies. That would be a possibility. But I want to see what ends up happening with dropping the farming subsidies. So let's let this tick on forward to the month tick, and we'll see how that goes. 327? Okay, that's solid. So with that being the case, we're going to continue to run a deficit on our energy credits deliberately for a little bit here. But this does mean we're going to be able to swap out of Will to Power into a Grand Fleet soon enough. Once we have enough influence anyway. And once we have that, then we're still going to be at minus 378 unity. Yes. That is going to be a small problem. Let's see, that would cost 3,000. Yeah. Neither of those are what we really want. So we're going to need to do something about that. The Numistic Visualization would be interesting to drop. We'll see if that's a viable thing. Yeah, that might actually be viable. We'll go ahead and drop that right now and see where that puts us. 311 and minus 1, almost 2k per month. Okay, we're going to run out of energy credits soon enough doing this, right? We're definitely going to have some issues with that. We'll sell off some of this just to keep us afloat for a few months. But this is mostly only caused by the fact that we want to get this influence fixed, right? So let's go ahead and hop into our edicts then. Let's turn on a Grand Fleet. We are going to be negative a fair amount of unity here. But I want to make sure, yep, everything else is good. Maybe not exotic gases and volatile motes, but everything else is good here. So once we're able to drop a Will to Power, then this will be fine. We are eventually going to run out of unity, but I'm comfortable with this for the time being. Gangsters are usurping trade on Font of Knowledge. That is definitely a little bit intolerable. Let's go through our jobs here while we're waiting on our bombardments and our influence. This colony requires additional housing. Fair enough. So that's dealt with. What else are we going to work on here? We're going to just check through. This mining world requires a job, and this job is a robot. Okay, we'll just put in an industrial district for now. That'll do. What else do we have here? Not a lot is the answer. Not a lot indeed. Well, we're colonizing a lot of worlds. For now, this'll have to do. Cool. Let's check in on our bombardments. Prepare for the lag zone. Fantastic. 1983, and man, this lag is obnoxious. 1958. Okay. So those will be a bit yet. But we're making solid progress on that. I want to pop down over here and make sure that the 34th Fleet, this should be it fully maxed out, right? Indeed. Beautiful. So we'll recruit another admiral here, and that admiral will go up to Seoul. I want to take a look at the 26th and the 19th fleets here. They are not full fleets. And my question is, why do they even exist? Why are they here? So let's just go ahead and scroll down over here, and we're going to look at the 19th. It is entering orbit of Earth. Okay, we're going to take it over to Monakadir for right now. and we're going to tell it to upgrade to the latest design here. We also had the 10th or 26th fleet here. This will also need to be upgraded to the latest design. We're going to bring it on over. The 30th needs to be upgraded. Okay. Otherwise, that should do for now. Beautiful. So with those coming in, we can go to, say, the 30th here. That is being upgraded. So I'm actually going to do the 31st. We're going to go ahead and set that up as battleships, cruisers, destroyers, and frigates. Of course, we need 7 battleships. We need 11 cruisers. We need 25 destroyers. We need 50 frigates and 60 corvettes. And we'll go ahead and reinforce that. That will require a fair amount more alloys, and we'll just let those build up. Beautiful. So what is our actual transport fleet strength? 82. Okay. Well, we're definitely going to land on Celestial Throne and Sky Temple fairly soon. They're down into the 1860s. We're starting to get to the point of viability there. And I'm just going to downgrade this starport. It doesn't need to exist. That's fine for now.
Our ships have been made superior.
I want to start thinking about our Azantian claims. So, we're going to zoom in over here. We're going to grab that. We're going to grab this. That's 70 right there. We're going to grab all of this over here. And that's already too expensive to grab Fionas. So we know we're going to need 11 more, right? What is this war declaration? Also, why is the game frozen right now? That was a little strange. Okay, so for now that's fine. But what is this? Ah, a rebellion against the Tharboritan Commonwealth. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. So we know we're definitely going to need more, right? We do not have claims on these or this. So that's going to require some additional work. And that's okay. We are just banking up our influence for that. No problem whatsoever there. We are very, very close at this point to declaring that war. The 31st Fleet is going to continue to get its reinforcements. We are going to need a fair amount more of these. There we go. Cool. And let's check in on our bombardments again. 1786 and 1755. So when are we going to pull the trigger on this? What do we have at Seoul right now for armies? 1K? Let's bring those in. And we're going to tell them to enter orbit above Celestial Throne. And we're just going to wait at this point until our reinforcements come in. We're going to group those together, and then we're going to go in and land then. Cool. So that's all looking good. All of these fleets are extremely solid, of course. And these fleets, they do require some additional work. The question is, will we actually be able to have all of these built up to full? Well, let's think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 10? No, that's 9. Okay. So what is 9 times 260? 9 times 260 is 2,340 plus 7,387. Yep, we will be able to get all of these. And maybe even like 1 or 2 more fleets fit into this naval cap. Okay, so that seems reasonably fine. Yeah, that definitely seems okay. So, our reinforcements will be arriving up here soon. We want to make sure to merge these together. And once we get merged, then we will land on their capital. This war is over. They just don't know it yet. So we're going to go ahead and land on Celestial Throne. There we go. I don't know if they actually accepted that order. They did. Okay. These guys are... not you. These guys are going to come over to Sky Temple and start helping on that bombardment. It's going to take a little bit before we get Celestial Throne taken over, and we will suffer losses, but that is fine. Completely and totally okay.
Initiating ground assault. Victory shall be ours.
Of course, victory shall be ours. So we'll continue to reinforce the 31st Fleet. We need about 30,000 alloys at this point to get that all maxed out. Beautiful. But yeah, we're definitely going to be able to turn each of these into a full fleet. Which, by the way, is mildly ridiculous. We don't have any small fleets in Sol right now.
Breakthrough achieved.
We just got focusing arrays. Cools. I don't know why I made that plural. Cool is not a word that is generally pluralized, but okay, sure, whatever. And these guys are inferior pathetic to us. Yeah, that's to be expected at this point. With us at 7443, yeah. They don't really have a chance. So let's hop in here and open up Celestial Throne. We'll pull back out of there so that we have, you know, some measurable amount of frame rate. They do have a Xenomorph army that was held in reserve there. But they are about to drop down below the combat width. They're now officially below the combat width. And this is looking good. So as far as our plan to attack all of the remaining enemies goes, that's going to be interesting. We're going to need a lot of fleets to pull that off. Of course, we have a lot of fleets.
Our ships have been made
But the
superior.
more fleets that we have, the better. We'll definitely be better off if we have more fleets. I think that's very clear. Well, let's continue to work on this front line. Ideally, we're not hitting the back line, and we are not, so that's perfect. We vastly prefer to hit the front line over the back line here. Now we're hitting the back line. It's a little sad, but it is what it is. And this invasion will be done very, very soon. Beautiful. Now there is no backline, or well, almost. This guy has 6 health. We're fully hitting the front line, though, so this is good. We prefer that. Now that their morale is broken, though, it doesn't really matter. And there we go. So we're going to hop in, not here, but up over here. We're going to grab our army, and we're going to land on Sky Temple, also known as the Lag Zone. 1137 there. And once we start our actual invasion, then we're going to pull all of these fleets back to Sol. And they'll just park here for the time being with the rest of the Lag Zone. Cool. So we finished this terraformation. We're going to colonize that into
initiating
Urium
ground
Prime.
assault.
Cool.
Victory shall
And
be ours.
these guys, at this point, there's no point in keeping them there. We're going to return them all to Sol and make sure that they are in orbit around our starbase. Apparently, I can't right-click on the starbase. Okay. We'll just tell them to come here for now. Okay. So they'll arrive there eventually. And as they leave, they will take the Lag Zone with them. To some degree. Our vassal fleets are going with them. This is a few ships, and this is only a small part of our fleet. That's mildly insane. For the record. Mildly insane there. And they're all heading out of here. Beautiful. So with the Lag Zone gone, we can now sit in here, and they have a couple of reserve units left here, but we've definitely broken the morale of a number of their armies already, so that's looking very solid. No problem whatsoever there. So this war is going to be over very shortly. Let's go ahead and hop into the influence/claim map mode here. This is very laggy to do, and I wish it wasn't, but it is. So we're going to zoom in here once we can. There we go. Things are getting loaded in. We're going to claim this system. Just double checking that one. So there's Alpheka over here. We're going to need 21 additional for Diarmu. And then beyond that, 26. Okay, that's not so bad. We're definitely getting close on that front. I love it. How much of the Corellian Foundation do we actually have claimed? I know we claimed a bunch of it at some point. Yeah, we did claim a bunch of it, but we're going to vassalize a pretty large chunk. That's completely and totally
We
fine.
have established a new planetary base.
Cool. Let's go ahead and build a city district here. We don't have any building slots that we can put in. We're just going to have to clear out these tile blockers and put in a city district for now. Cool. So that will be fine. This is a pirate fleet out over here. Sure.
The conquest of a new world has begun.
Indeed it has. Okay, how is our invasion of Sky Temple going? It's basically over. Their morale is broken at this point, and they're doing almost no damage to us. So that is wonderful. They have all disengaged, and it's just super over.
Our warriors are victorious.
Beautiful. So the Hadadeshian Guardians are going to cease to exist. There's a lag spike here. Is it just auto-ending the war? Yes. Another enemy dealt with. Beautiful. So this is all under our control now, and we're going to pull our transport fleet back to Seoul. I want to have the game paused, thank you, so we can hopefully move around a little less laggily. We're going to immediately want to begin terraformation of continental worlds out over here. Beautiful. Okay, so that looks great. This is all under our control. We don't have any problems with our starbase cap. We do have a problem with our current Unity. We're going to run out of Unity fairly soon. We're at minus 4,500, and we're going to continue running this level of Unity, or rather this level of influence generation for a little while. Next month tick, we're going to get enough for Diarmu. And then beyond that, all we're going to need... Actually, we can get this right now. And all we're going to need at this point is 30. So that's like 6 month ticks. Yes, that seems viable. We are, of course, going to have to scout around and make sure these guys are rebelled against the Sarbaretan Commonwealth. I'm a little surprised we weren't called into that. Can we offer to join their war? I mean, we can declare war on these guys. We would need claims. We can't do this because we don't have any claim CBs. Got it. Well, now that we're out of that war, the Sarbaretan Imperium should be able to come over here and deal with this. Interesting. This is basically every enemy fleet. It's not quite all of them. There's some Zadran fleets down over here. Yeah, I think the Zadran aren't involved in that. But that's virtually every other enemy fleet in the universe. All piled in right here. That's fascinating. That would be a big old battle, no doubt about that. One that we could likely win. We're definitely going to continue to reinforce our fleets. The 31st was actually at full strength there, so we're going to assign that a leader, and we're going to head on up to Seoul. Fantastic. And when we count in our vassals, and the fact that nearly all of our fleets are stronger than theirs, and the fact that we can turn on our edicts, it's probably a doable thing. Probably a doable thing. The question is, do we think that it is actually doable? Like, winning here would be such a big deal, but we would also have to concentrate our forces, rather than having them spread out and strike out at all of these fronts at once, and use our numbers to our advantage there, cleaning up all of that and then attacking over here. Which was the original plan.
Scientific breakthrough
Fascinating.
achieved.
So The Tharboritan Commonwealth is actually allied with all of those people. Wait, that's the Tharboritan Commonwealth. Right, they occupy this. So these rebelled against the Commonwealth, not the Imperium. Tharboritan Imperium is here. This is the Tharboritan Commonwealth. They're different things. I need to keep that in mind. So this is not a rebellion against our vassal. It's still fascinating. We'll keep an eye on that situation, for sure. 100% on that one. Let's go ahead and get this fleet set up. So we'll put in battleship, cruiser, destroyer, frigate. And then this will, of course, be 7, 11, 25. This will be 50 and 60. And we'll get that reinforced. Cool. So that is underway. It's definitely an interesting opportunity for us. Do we have enough influence at this time to pull it off? We're lacking 8, so 2 months at this point. If we were to do that, we would, of course, need to move all of these ships over to Shukon here and have them all be ready to jump in. A lot of these fleets are far weaker than our fleets. So that's fascinating. And there's going to be our vassal fleets around as well. That is the other thing to think about. I think the odds on it are very good. I really, really do. We just need this claim, so that's 1 more month tick, in which case we should move out our fleet. We should preemptively move our fleet to here. So we're going to head over there. That'll take a few days to get there. And then, of course, we have these fleets constructing in the background, right? So we're going to continue to work on the 30th. And we'll just get into position up over here. They are not going to like this situation, I'm pretty sure. Borders are open here, so we can actually make our way in there. And I believe we can make this claim now. Yes, that's 322. We have 324. So we make those claims. And now what are we waiting on? We are waiting on our fleets to be in position. Are they there now? Almost. We have entered the lag zone. No doubt about that. As it happens, we have several ships here. It's a small number of ships. Yep, that is definitely a small number of ships. Beautiful. So with all of our fleets showing up here, are we ready to declare this? Well, we definitely want to turn on our edicts for this battle. So focusing crystals, volatile reactive armor, volatile explosives, volatile ammunition, exotic gases for shield boost, and that is pretty much it. I also, as long as we're in here, want to turn off will to power. We will still be gaining half a point of influence per month. But we're going to turn that off. So that'll be fine. Now we're going to move in to Riok, but we're going to declare this war specifically on the Karelian Foundation. We declare this war here as a vassalized subjugation war. That way, their vassals here get transferred over. I believe a bulwark will as well. And a prospectorium should as well, I believe. And the Azantian Assembly has a defensive pact. And we're going to conquer those from the enemy and their allies. Fantastic. So this should, I believe, be the final war. We declare this war right now.
At last, to war.
And I hate to do this, but it is time to put a cut in here. So we're going to have a massive cliffhanger here. We are set up for a giant battle. We should take 1 day. There we go. We are set up for an absolutely massive battle in this system in Ryuk. I'm going to order the battle, but the actual battle is going to happen next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadowwolf, MLohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Rogue Corvid, Anna the Elephant, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.